Today, we'll do another glorious reading of the patch notes for the first update to World of Warships Legends in the year of our Lord 2026. The update drops on January 19th, and they're calling it Anchors Up. So, without further ado, we'll get into the content of the patch notes. It features some new content that I'm actually looking forward to quite a bit, and then some other content that, well, you'll see. We'll begin with the Born of Battle campaign. The new Born of Battle campaign will be available from January 19th to February 23rd. Complete it with an active Admiralty backing to receive British Tier 8 Premium Destroyer SOM and a ton of other rewards. SOM is a battle class destroyer with a big emphasis on torpedo firepower, which instantly makes it sound quite unappealing to me. However, it features stealthy long-range torpedoes and a torpedo reload booster with unlimited charges. Although the torpedo damage is not that high, I wonder what that means, you can really spam enemies with torpedoes thanks to the torpedo reload booster cooldown time being the same as the torpedo reload time. Well, that's certainly a unique gimmick. SOM is also armed with good guns, allowing for a versatile playstyle. I would imagine that it would be, considering it's a British DD. I think it's a copy-paste of the Jutland that they've clearly spiced up a little bit with the torpedo reload booster and the unlimited charges and whatnot. Sounds like it has the potential to be an incredibly toxic ship that will be really annoying to deal with, but I guess we'll have to see. Maybe I'll end up liking it. I just, torpedo boat, as soon as I hear that, I think, well, boring. I want gunboats. To get your hands on some, complete the campaign's 100 milestones within 5 weeks. During this update, you'll also be able to complete campaign tasks in War Tales, in addition to standard, arcade, and AI battles. As usual, the catch-up mechanic will be available for those who miss the challenges, and then there's a list of all the rewards you can get, which we're not going to spend any time on. Kremlin Marathon starts. We're launching a new marathon. This time, the final reward is Soviet Legendary Tier Battleship Kremlin. To earn the ship, collect ship parts across 3 updates, starting with this one. During the marathon's first stage, which runs January 19th to February 23rd, you can get ship parts from the Born of Battle campaign, weekly assignments, and as a bonus with new battleship skins from the French Navy event. We'll share full details in tomorrow's article. Sounds like it's going to be a repeat of the Hindenburg Marathon, which honestly I don't think that was that bad. You did have to pay a little bit into it in order to get the Hindenburg, but I think all you really had to do is buy the Admiralty backing for the 3 campaigns over the 3 updates, and then of course complete the campaigns and just generally play the game enough to grind out enough ship parts. But I thought that was fine. I was able to complete that marathon pretty easily, and I would always buy the Admiralty backing anyway. So maybe those of you who are strictly free to play and never buy the Admiralty backing, which, if there's any good value in World of Warships Legends, it would be the Admiralty backing and or premium time. So, provided this marathon is like the Hindenburg, I think it could be fine, and also the Kremlin seems like it'll be an interesting ship to try out. I have it on PC, of course, and I think it's fine in that game. I don't think it's like a crazy monstrosity like maybe it was back in the day when it was first released on PC. It's mostly due to the main battery gun range being a little bit anemic. But that's not so much of a problem in Legends because the battleship main battery gun range on average is nowhere near what it is on PC. So, if anything, Kremlin might be a much better ship in Legends than it is on PC. There's potential that it could be one of the best battleships at Legendary tier. Who knows? I guess we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to see Monday. I have that day off, by the way, since it's a holiday in the United States of America, and I think I should be able to stream when the update drops. Hopefully we'll be able to look a little bit more closely at Kremlin at that time. Anyway, moving on, the weebs can rejoice because we've got yet another wave of this Azur Lane stuff. 5 new Azur Lane commanders come to Legends: Vittorio Veneto, Aegir, Tallinn, Massachusetts, and it says Z24. I think that means Z23. I think that's actually a typo in these advanced versions of the patch notes, but whatever. And then there's 4 new ships and 1 special skin. There's already a dedicated article on the Azur Lane stuff that was published before these patch notes. It was published on Wednesday, January 14th. You can read that article for yourself. Some of the skills on these commanders look interesting, like the A-Gear commander. She's got Porcupine, so you can actually build into secondaries with a dedicated cruiser commander, which instantly makes me think we're going to have to test out Schroeder with that commander at the helm. Been waiting for something like that. It's just too bad it's a premium weeb commander like this. Not really a fan of all this stuff if you can't tell, but whatever. Moving on. French Navy, new skins, calendar, commander. Vive la France. Meet new gorgeous skins for French battleships Normandy, Lyon, Richelieu, Alsace, Bourgogne, and Strasbourg, and Flandre. Each skin comes with bonus ship parts, which will help you progress through the Kremlin Marathon. You can find the new skins individually in the store or in the French Battleship Crate, which can also drop one of 2 premium battleships, Strasbourg or Flandre. Several French Battleship Crates are available for free during the campaign, calendar, and Mer de Courage mission. Or Courage, I don't know how to pronounce French words. Speaking of French stuff, also complete the 3-week Keeper of Liberty calendar to receive the Marianne guise for French commanders. She features a unique French voiceover, effects in the colors of the French flag, and a daily bonus of plus 30% global XP when you hit enemies 45 times with your main battery guns in a single battle. But really, the most interesting thing about this update, to me anyway, is this guy, Charles never mind, I'm not going to try it. Chuck. Don't miss one more activity, the Mer de Courage mission, which will reward you with new French Commander Chuck. He is a perfect fit for the traditional French destroyers, including the new Marceau. Here are his unique features. Base trait. Officer, or however you would say that in French, des tirs, improving your destroyer's main battery range by up to 3%, damage against other DDs up to 4%. So we finally get somebody who's not Rumble, whose base trait can increase destroyer main battery range. That is appealing to me for reasons that I don't think I need to explain. Unique skills, strong diplomacy, increase destroyer main battery traverse time by up to 3.2 degrees per second, and main battery reload booster duration by up to 22.5. That's kind of nice. I've always thought the original French DD line, back when it only had 1 main battery reload booster, I always thought it needed more. They gave them 2. I still think 3 would be nice, but if we can buff the duration of them, maybe 3 isn't as necessary as I've thought it was. Who knows? But this guy, he's got observant range, he's got mortar, as we can see there. He's got this one skill whose name I can't remember, but I believe it further increases the DPM, which is good. And then he's got sidestep too, if you want to forego the strong diplomacy skill to buff the turret traverse and reload booster and go for ultimate range. I'm really looking forward to trying this guy on like the Colbert, or not the Colbert, the Kleber, and the Marceau and all that stuff. Should be interesting, and seems like you can only get him out of this mission for the moment, but I would expect in the future he probably returns as a free-to-play commander in the commander crates like everybody else. Could be wrong about that. There's nothing to indicate that in these patch notes. I'm just guessing and speculating, but seems likely. Anyway, this is probably the thing I'm looking forward to most in the update, if I'm being totally honest. But next up, Lunar New Year, discounts in the store and a special mission. Visit the store from February 9th to the 23rd to find plenty of content inspired by the Lunar New Year. Ships, skins, and a commander guise up to 40% off. You can also claim a free coupon that will give you a 2,500 doubloon compensation for purchasing select Pan-Asian and Japanese premium ships. Doubloon, another typo in these patch notes. And don't forget to complete the special mission to receive a Lunar New Year 25 crate, which can drop a Lunar New Year themed item and a coupon that will let you obtain one of the 6 Lunar New Year skins for only 1 doubloon. I'm not going to say those 3 words anymore for the rest of this reading of the patch notes, but there you go. Next up, new Bureau project Howden Lu. Here she is, Dutch legendary tier cruiser Howden Lu, available as a Bureau project starting January 19th. This heavy cruiser is armed with powerful 283mm guns and a massive airstrike that deals huge damage, with 12 planes dropping 6 bombs each. Howden Lu can withstand even the heaviest enemy fire thanks to her impressive armor, excellent concealment, and repair party with a rapid cooldown. Well, I would amend that last sentence, actually. Howden Lu can withstand even the heaviest enemy fire thanks to her impressive armor when she is spotted, even though she has absolutely absurd concealment that she shouldn't have, and that probably ought to be nerfed. Sorry to those of you out there who don't have the ship. A lot of people don't like to hear that OP ships need to be nerfed when they're just coming to the game, but this one I think does. The concealment, at the very least, does need to be. It has great armor. It doesn't need concealment that good. At least that's my opinion. You can let me know what you think in the comments section. Fleet Cup Season 6, another season of the Fleet Cup is coming. Team up with players in fleet divisions and win your way through the 4 tournament stages. Only Tier 7 Tech Tree ships can participate in the season. Unlike previous seasons, which only happened on the weekends throughout the update, this one also includes Fridays. Well, that's nice. Then ranked battles, we've got 2 new seasons of ranked battles featuring 3-player teams and Tier 6 and Tier 7 ships, excluding CVs. Climbing through the ranks will bring you various rewards like steals, crates, camos, and commander progression items. First season of rank in the update, January 27th through February 2nd, the Tier 6 ships, and then February 10th through February 16th, the Tier 7. Then we've got some more Brawl seasons coming, 3v3 battles on low-tier cruisers and battleships. To make sailing low-tier ships more fun, we'll significantly buff them by improving their main battery reload time, damage, and traverse speed, as well as consumable reload time and ship speed. The rewards include crates, camos, boosters, and more. January 29th through February 2nd, Tier 2 cruisers, and then February 12th through the 16th, Tier 3 battleships. All right, well, maybe that'll be worth looking at, but I tend to never play Brawl, so who knows? If that's your thing, though, maybe this would be a interesting little goofball game mode. I don't know. Full release of the IJN Hybrid Battleship line. Oh, great. The Japanese Hybrid Battleship line is now fully available in the Tech Tree, Tier 6 Issei, Tier 7 Suwo, and Tier 8 Dewa. I probably am butchering those, who knows. Each of them combines the firepower of a battleship with torpedo bombers capable of creating crossfires without you actually having to move capable of executing powerful airstrikes. Research these new ships via the tech tree and experiment with your playstyle. Or, well, do that only if you're on the blue team. How about that? In the update, we're adding 2 completely new modifications, so this one's kind of interesting. Chromium-plated barrels improve main battery dispersion by 5%, can be installed in slot 3 on all ships of Tier 6 and higher, as well as on several lower-tier ships like Nassau, Bellerophon, Turin, Arkansas, and Iwaki. Being in the 3rd slot, that has to mean that you give up concealment mod to use it. So personally, I can't imagine I'm ever going to trade concealment mod for 5% better main battery dispersion. Certainly never on a cruiser and probably never on a battleship. But those of you who really value stacking as many accuracy skills on top of each other as you can, this is probably music to your ears, especially if you disagree with my take that concealment is one of the most useful things you can spec into on any ship. You might not agree with that, so there you go. Now you've got another choice. I'd certainly take this over the RGA mod. I can tell you that. I don't think I would ever take RGA mod on anything. Concealment was always the only choice in slot 3 for me, but well, maybe this is compelling enough to forego concealment in some cases for some players. It's probably better than taking RGA mod. I'll just put it that way. Then we've got supercharges. Improve AP shell and bomb penetration by 10% and increase main battery range by 5% at the cost of Sigma worsening by 5%. I don't know if that's a trade-off I necessarily want to make, but this mod can be installed in slot 2 on all British battleship or on all British and Commonwealth ships of Tier 5 and higher, and the Tier 3 British battleship Bellerophon. So, that one might be interesting to test out. We'll have to see what goes in slot 2. I can't think of what mods go in there right now, but that's maybe a better slot than slot 3. War Tales. Good news, War Tales will stay for one more update. The 2 new War Tales introduced in the Christmas update, along with the previous ones, will be available until February 23rd, and then there's a code here that you can use to receive some goodies if you want. Friends system on mobile. Mobile players will now be able to add friends, similar to console players, making it easier to quickly form divisions with friends of any platform. That's got to be good news for you mobile players out there. I know you really couldn't do that prior to this, and people really enjoy playing in divisions, so it's good that you'll be able to have access to that now. And then finally, well, that's pretty much all there is to the patch notes. No nerfs or buffs to anything. They fixed an issue where Rodney's camera briefly moved the ship's right side when switching to the turret view. I never saw that. But yeah, that's all there is to these patch notes. Mostly I'm looking forward to testing out this new French DD commander, and I want to see how the Kremlin plays. And, there might be unique gameplay opportunities that this unfortunate wave of Azur Lane 7 offers us. I have to check that out too. Probably going to stream for the update dropping on January 19th. So keep an eye out for that. Give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.